Welcome, everybody. Here we are with tonight's Digital Havoc number 107. It's presented by Incendium Gaming. I'm the Doctor, being joined here by Shino. How you doing tonight?
I am doing all right. I'm looking forward to some Strive. Even though we've got a pretty small turnout, I'm always looking forward to some fighting game action.
Yeah, Strive's been, blowing up quite nicely lately. The patch did a lot of good, I feel. We're seeing a lot of characters that we weren't seeing, really beforehand, namely like Eno and Baiken have really taken by storm. And those are two characters that I thought would take a little while longer for people to really get the hang of, but this patch just seemed to like skyrocket them to the top of the list.
Yeah, especially Baiken. I think Baiken's really strong this patch with all the stuff she got.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing, lots and lots of Bikens just in tournament play, whether it's, TNS, Casa, Incendium products as well. Like, the Bikens everywhere. Online Local
Yep,
has a ton of Bikens
yep,
as well.
yep.
Like, it's been interesting to see how the different players play her, too, because there is,
Yeah,
different ways to really interact with how the other player is, trying to dominate.
yeah. Yeah, especially with changing Escabari to plus on block. That is
Mhm.
what really made her offense much more oppressive because you just it's hard to press. If you press, you get blown up, you die, and we all know her damage.
Oh yeah, the damage is especially kind of criminal when you think about it, right? When you can get
Yeah,
some crazy strings off of like a TK Yozansen, like as we head into what is potentially the first round,
yeah,
just no warning, just right into it. We got Phantom
yep.
going up against ZNYOB. It seems like
Well,
maybe the players are a
button
bit
check here.
adventurous, yeah, but no worries. I do believe that'll still be our first matchup here for tonight, and
It's a wrong
if it is
character. That's
Zato
why.
versus wrong character. Okay, I was gonna say if it's Zato versus Soul Bad Guy,
Oh,
that is pretty fun. But if it's wrong character, I'm assuming it's the Soul that will be changed.
Yeah, the soul's gonna
Assuming.
change.
yeah. So
No
yeah, I wonder
worries.
what we are gonna see here.
I used to like try and like guess characters because like based on like meta and stuff like that, it was like perfectly reasonable that you could try and figure out exactly what characters were, on the table at least. But honestly, these
Hmm.
days, like, there's no chance, right? Like, most of the cast is good, and there's
Hmm.
still even people clinging to like playing Loust. Like, you could really see anything coming out of this character select.
Yeah. Faust is definitely a character that ate well this patch too. Um, with all the stuff he got, I think the key thing is he has easier links into um, the scalpel pull. So I remember
Yeah.
that being pretty good.
I'm also a big fan of how they changed mix. Pre-patch, you had to like kind of count how many hits you actually got out of it,
Yeah.
and that would determine the outcome at the end. So you had to like base your combo structure off of that. Now
Hmm.
they changed it up so as long as you hit mix, the ender is always the same, no matter whether you got one hit or five. That way, if you get a connection, you can at least know how your combo strings every single time. And even if maybe before there were more optimal strings, like I think the consistency is something that character is really kind of lacking just overall. But here we
Yeah.
go into round one. It's gonna be Dened YOB playing the Leo White Fang going up against Phantom on the Zato.
Yeah, and already we started right in there. We saw Dead End tried to go for the cross up Berserker slash, and the first thing we saw was that getting thrown. So really good defense by Phantom so far. And now it's Phantom's turns to play with all the tension here, and that's gonna be a quick round.
It is Shark Week, just started today, so no surprise that we're already getting those wonderful animals already out on the screen. Look at that, the oppose.
Yeah,
It can be tough to kind of fight off as a Leo.
yeah. Especially since they nerfed the flash kick, so you gotta be a bit more choosy of when to flash kick there if you do decide to do it.
I mean, look at this. Just you find yourself in a corner up against a Zato, and this is a
Yeah.
character that if you're not really sure of the string pressure, can seem almost impossible to really break out of, right? Like you do
Yeah,
have to break the eddy at some point, but like if you pick the wrong time, you're just getting comboed for 40%.
yeah,
It,
exactly. And
We got a friend
we've
here.
got Zero here.
Hey, how's it going? Am I
Doing
am I
pretty good.
late to the party, or did just start? What's
a little
happening?
bit, just a little bit. Fashionably late. Fashionably late.
Oh, just a quick recharge out here in the old East Coast. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you,
Going
Doctor.
good.
Good to see you, Shino. And of course,
Yeah, we're having a
Mufasa.
good
Good to
time.
see you as well.
Of course. Yeah.
Good, good. So
You missed
round
round
robin
one.
today here, Phantom. Yeah, I was tuned in for round one at the very least here.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you
this is
did
gonna be
miss
game
a whole lot
2.
here.
Okay.
Mufasa, is it 3-5 or 2-3? 3-5, right?
3-5. Yeah, 3 out of 5.
Okay. So you do get a little bit of life here for Den and Yob to make a comeback happen.
Smart pose, hold this corner position as well, and of course Piercer reset to keep Eddie alive, and still doesn't matter. At least jabbing out Eddie dead in. Yob trying to get out of this corner. Great overhead pickup too.
Yeah, just trying to get it going. Nice jump in there. Lots of pressure being applied.
Oh,
Are you dead?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be a grip. One touch and great drunkard shade right there to return the pressure into the corner. Good luck blocking. Phantom, of course, with the patented Zato getting that kill.
gotta be very careful about those H fireballs because those are very easy to reflect.
That's like one of the few like underrepresented things that we see from Zato. Like it's I see it so like infrequently that I sometimes forget that Zato can just reflect fireballs.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Loust Dust, right? Like, it has the reflect capability.
Yeah.
But, like, the opportunity is so rare.
Because anytime you see a drunkard, it's just to send Eddie out.
Right, and then like, most characters don't have like a fireball that is similar to the fashion of like what Leo does, right? You're thinking Kai for sure. Gunflame doesn't work 100% the same way, so like it's just very different now to see Drunkard Shake it reflected back in that way. Ooh, nice oppose to get the counter.
Now you got me thinking how many projectiles are actually like that. You're right. It's Stun Edge, the Leo projectile.
There you go.
Eno Note? Eno Note.
Eno Note, yeah.
Yeah, so.
That for sure can get Drunkard Shaded. Yeah. So it's very rare.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe
you think
season
about that
2
tool for, like-
we'll add more projectiles to make these reflects a little bit more worthwhile.
Everyone gets a fireball.
Everyone
That's it.
New core mechanic. Throw yourself.
Fireball. These people just start tackling each other in Guilty Gear. That'd be great.
Just start throwing their shoes.
Imagine if you could reflect a Nago's clone or like Blade.
Chip clone.
It'd be great if Happy Chaos, instead of reloading, just throws his gun. He's got 2 of them.
Hey, listen,
Just
it worked in
Saving
Borderlands,
Private
right?
Ryan moment and throw it.
No, in Borderlands, just throw
exactly.
your gun, it explodes, and you get another one. Ooh, nice
Ooh,
block
that'll be
on
a
the
big
flash
punish.
kick.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Into
I
the
feel like you
wall,
could have got a bit more.
executioner style.
Doesn't matter.
That's all right. Eddie picks up the pieces.
Yeah. I mean, you throw the sword out and you kind of just do whatever you want with Eddie there.
Yeah, Eddie, the little trash goblin that they are. Just making sure to leave no scraps left on the table. Look at that.
Ooh.
The dust delay takes up too much time in the sky, so you then get hit by the down low.
Yes.
I don't even know what that was.
Control.
There was there's so much going on with Zato pressure that you just can't block sometimes.
And that's the scary thing is that there's so few, again, like opportunities to see Drunkard Shade come out and reflect a fireball. Double perfect situation here too. My God. Phantom, of course, cleaning it up with Zato once again. But regardless, like there are so few Zatos out there that's so hard to get used to the window and opportunities that you do have to jab out, interrupt Eddie. Like you want to remove Eddie off the table, but then you're also trying to worry about not only the pressure that Eddie has, but then also the pressure that Zato has right behind it too. So it's a lot to worry about, especially when you think about your mental stack. And sometimes you're looking for the one thing that just does not show up and you get blown up for trying to interrupt it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of Zato pressure is not super like intuitive, right? Like you can think about a lot of things and how like you're getting hit high, low, whatever it is. But like if you have a Zato player that actually sits down and explains to you, like, hey, this is actually fake. Like you can J or 2P this and break up the Eddie string. Like unless you're literally like sitting there playing the game and just trying out random stuff, you might not grab that. But if a player that knows the character is like, hey man, like why are you letting me do this to you? It's like, well, because I don't know any better. It's like, I got you. I got you. That happened to me.
Yeah,
that happened to me. Now I can play against Zato again. It's nice.
That's why you get the friend that pulls you aside, say, hey, listen here, I need to tell you something. I'm beating you up in the DMs right now. I need you to like straighten up.
It's bad.
All right?
Yeah. Listen, they think you're trash. I can't be having people think that you're trash. Like we hang out together. I can't let this go. We need to hit the lab.
Like I'm a 10 and your skill rating is at Celestial Floor 5. We need to bring you up to at least a 7. So
he's a 10, but he plays Zato.
Oh, not that meme.
Got it.
You know, you
Whoa,
gotta
boy,
appreciate if you have Zato friends, you gotta appreciate them because they're pretty rare.
They're rare. Necessary. A necessary evil. They say some of your best friends are your enemies because I don't know why.
Almost as rare as Zero. It's almost as rare as people that use Maturino codes.
All right, we're gonna have
extremely rare.
Phantom on stream next.
So, chat, exclamation point, Maturino, use the codes. Next up in our matchup is going to be Phantom versus GNATT. And this Nago player is kind of getting beaten up a bit.
Yeah, it's already not looking too good here, and then you gotta deal with the positive bonus. It's gonna be tough to fight back.
Yeah, interesting. Name yourself Nat. You play Nagoriyuki, probably one of the larger characters in the game, aside from like Potemkin.
Gold Lewis. Actually, that Nago's taller.
Gold Lewis is another. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think someone with the name Nat would play like Chip or something.
That it's just too on the nose. We can't do that.
It's the name mix-up.
Right. Yeah, you see Nat on the bracket, and it's like, oh my goodness, there is no way that they're going to dash up close slash and get the shatter. No way they'll round start DP me and get a positive bonus situation right at the round start.
This is still such a really interesting matchup for me personally, right? Because like Nago can really struggle to get in a lot of times. Like they've changed it this patch, like they gave momentum to Frikyo and things like that. But like Zato can still just do such a good job of like setting up Eddie, utilizing the oppose, like doing whatever the heck is happening right now.
Yep. I will say, as Nago, you have plenty of guesses with how little damage he takes from Zato. It could easily swing in Nago's favor at any time. So that's the really scary thing about this matchup.
Yeah, that's a great call out right there too.
That feels aggressive. Plus frames though, right? So you gotta take advantage of it.
Oh, nice. Excellent timing there, Command Grab. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised you're not dead. The chip damage will wrap things up though. Phantom taking that first game.
That's the guts.
Nice stuff.
Nago guts is no joke.
The goods.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy that some of the heavier guts characters are some of the least armored, right? Like you have Anji, you have Nago, Baiken's pretty tanky as well, and then you have people like Potemkin sitting at 3 guts and like a 0.96 defense modifier that seemingly just get exploded.
Yeah.
Some of these characters,
yeah,
just by like their size and stature of just like how it doesn't add up correctly.
Yeah.
It turns out that Potemkin's actually like a the Japanese Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse. It's just a little girl in a robot suit.
Wait, we already had that. Kumhayum, where you at?
Season 2.
Gosh.
Just everything season 2.
Season 2, you're right, yo.
I'm waiting for that Evo announcement.
Indeed, we're a week away, 11 days away from another exciting episode of Evo, the Shatter 2S to close out the round. Caught with punish.
Can Nat pull this one back here?
Does have a bit of a struggle to get through it, but especially once we start watching these blood levels climb, you just get so much more access to your better buttons, right? Like Arxis came through, they're like, hey, level 1 to level 3, we need to buff it a little bit. And so that's exactly what they did. And so level 1's same as it was before, but everything is just simply better.
Yep. 2S turns into, I believe, a 9-frame button at level 3.
Jeez. Yeah, you know what? Just make a strong character stronger as the arcs this way. That's how you know, line things up. Shades of Johnny out here, and this time command grab working out for Zato once again in this corner. Gonna hold the jump dust and
not
great
blocking the
blocks from
pierce.
Nat, but the low, yeah.
Yeah, when that jump dust comes out, you gotta be prepared to block low, because that pierce is 90% of the time coming out.
Oh yeah, a perfect round. Yeah, can anybody find an answer to Phantom? I know it's hard, right? I know it's easier said than done, but just find it right now. Hit the Google spreadsheet and type in all the frame data. Make sure you copy a few Matrino codes while you're at it too, and use those up. That would be great.
Matrino codes are so easy. You don't even need to copy and paste them anymore. You literally just sign in with your auto-saved Google password and click claim code, right? Like Matrino has done a good job at improving the user experience there, and we can't thank them enough for it. Even look at there, somebody did it. Code redeemed.
There you go.
25% contribution.
Who the heck? Wow, thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
you
nice.
blocked it this time. Okay.
Yeah, that was really good. Does Fukio back into 2S as well. Immediate burst because we knew we were in Bad News Bears territory. Leapfrog does not connect. Interesting. Or at least for like some blocks done.
Oh, huge counter hit.
Getting started here. Gotta weather this storm. And got
nice.
clipped by the low there.
Oh, yeah. See, that's that rare instance where you have to call out that oppose. Dash up, get your throw
Yeah.
if you can.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real quick interaction, but you're clearly focused on defending the onslaught, which that's what makes Zato so strong, is that you're worried about other things instead of finding those gaps at all times.
Yep, exactly. Once they sense that you're scared, they're just gonna keep grabbing you there.
And that goes a long way for so many characters in this game, right? Like, you think about Chip is very much the same way of just like Chip moves so fast that you're not sure where they're going to actually strike, so you kind of freeze in your decision making. Same thing with Zato here. Nice. A 2H to get the wall bounce, gonna get a shatter as well. I like the recall on Eddie to make sure that we had Eddie meter back after this transition and was still able to get an overdrive.
Yep, and now we're gonna see a sword, and you're gonna keep doing it over and over. Just clap on them. Ooh, that's so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, again, unless you're prepared for it, unless you're practiced in it, and there's actually the point where it might not even matter, right? The continual clap just completely draining away your tension bar. You can't get a YRC. If you're out of burst already, you're not going to get a chance to do that. And they always have the option to just run up tap dust, like we just saw there.
Yep.
Yeah,
very tough to
it's
deal
definitely
with.
like a checkmate situation in some cases too. You know, unless if you're willing to risk the trade of like DP and then somehow, some way, like Zato still comes in there. And gosh, in the case of Nagoriyuki, you don't have that, you know, precious option like, you know, Soul or even Kai would have as well. Like you're limited to those specific tools that Nagoriyuki has. And what else can you really do aside from try to slash things out here? Speaking of DP characters, we do have Leo Whitefang back out here again, but going up against Tempest this time.
Testament, just another character that received a ton of love in the latest patch. We've been seeing a lot more of them as well. And some of the strings that they get to do as a character just look like so much fun. Like, right? Like the Stain State procs into just any combination of buttons that you want to push. And then all of a sudden you find yourself on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, they did so. Oh, yeah, you got to respect the meter when Testament has it. I mean, honestly, Testament got really... Yeah, like Testament got really blessed in this patch, and well-deserved so, because they're such an excellent character, especially thinking about how they implemented Testament in this iteration of Guilty Gear as opposed to Double X. That was the big fear, right? Of like, how are they going to add Testament and still make that character fair in this world?
Yeah, and I think they did a really good job. Before the patch, Testament I felt was already pretty okay. And then, yeah, all the buffs that we got for Testament just made Testament feel like a much more complete character without feeling too oppressive or unbalanced.
And honestly, the character just does a whole lot. And I'm kind of surprised at how well the Leo is playing around the tools, right? Like constantly using the projectile to eat up the unholy diver to prevent stain state. Right now, you kind of have to watch out for the overhead because as slow as that move is, as negative as that move is, it catches everybody.
Yep.
See?
So
The Arbiter sign
I don't know where it's
does
gonna
not
come from.
relent. Yeah. And it's like -12 on block. So it's like just a really odd option to be catching out because it's also what 38 frames startup, I believe, and it can come high, it can come low, but it's also only a set range. You can't control it other than running into the wall. So if you're sat mid screen, there is a potential to either be too close or too far away, and it just completely whiffs, and you get your punish opportunity.
And it's about understanding that range and, ending your strings in a way that, okay, I got this knockdown, I can go for Arbiter Sign mix mid-screen when I have a Stain State up.
Okay. Nice. Caught with the overhead as well. And still in the back turn stance, but that moment of hesitation right there allowed for Sammy to get the escape out of the corner. Blocks the overhead this time as well.
We still have burst available for both players here, but we're likely not going to see it there. Yeah, just hold on to it for the next round.
Listen, sometimes these players they want to go for the straight out California burst. They do not want to save anything for the next round because they think they can win. That was a great teleport. And that's a tool that I feel is pretty underutilized by a lot of Testaments. We've been seeing it a little bit more just because it again catches people off guard. But if you're just kind of chilling,
nice.
Oh, I like that weight there. Yeah,
it wasn't going to 100% in the direction that they were looking for, but at least the anti-air has been represented on that teleport.
Yeah. Because as you were saying, it is a good option, but once you get predictable with it, sometimes they'll just sit there and wait for you to teleport and try to hit you out of it.
Oh! Okay, got our overhead there. Yeah, you're right. It's one of those things. You gotta... I feel like you're watching Testament because so many other fighting games will teach you to watch that zoning character's action to call out like which way you're going to block. And in this instance, you're supposed to be watching yourself to see whether or not that overhead is coming through or if it's coming low and you're still good to go. So it's very interesting to have that external perspective on it.
Yeah. But it's just so slow. It's so slow.
It is.
Like I feel like it's so crazy slow that like I remember so many people being like, Anji's overhead is like, I don't know, 30 frames or whatever it was actually. And they're like, it's completely reactable. Like, if you get hit by this, you're trash. And now we have Arbiter Sign at 38. And it's like, I can't block it. It's too good.
It's funny you should say that because, Giovanna's got a 2D at 19 frames, but apparently it's too quick. It's such a good button. I don't know, but, hey, that got nerfed. Sip my water.
No
here.
salt there, right, Zero? Just pure
Not at all.
confident gameplay.
None. Dunk.
Oh,
All right, at least 50% health. Got the back turn stance, and that's where we're waiting for that burst. Plenty of resources for Sammy.
Trade.
Oh, we saw the PRC tech there, where you can actually send your crow to the succubus and teleport to the same succubus if you PRC the crow.
It almost looked like they tried it again, but they're gonna actually get the kill with the 6S, which that move does a grip of damage.
Yeah, the 6H is such a okay.
Okay,
Well, it's gonna hurt
me
started
approach
here.
as well. Yeah. Another counter hit goes for the Stain teleport as well. Watch your head.
Oh, tried to bait the burst there.
And they still get the low. Oh no.
Oh no.
Not enough
This
to
is
kill.
So hard for Dead End to win, and there is the Arbiter Sign.
So I liked that
tough.
there because that was a bit of adjustment using the Arbiter sign to punish the projectile game, because we saw a lot in the earlier of that set. The projectile was actually just eating the unholy diver, and so you adjust, and now you start using the Arbiter sign, which it is, you're already locked into move stun, and you just get clocked by it.
Yeah, it's definitely a great tool to kind of counteract against some of those other zoning characters, especially if you know that they have that cadence. If you've already been shown that option that they're willing to play that full screen game, let's not forget Testament is definitely well and capable of countering that fireball game for sure. Between not only just Succubus, but also even off a teleport, and like we saw there, Arbiter sign too. So plenty of options. They're a great character in the mid screen as well too, and Stain State only got better post patch on top of it too.
And a frame 1 reversal overdrive. So, just options all over the place.
They need it though. I can't get mad at that. You need that one.
They do need it.
Oh, but yeah, wow. So still getting through this round robin here and just trying to tally up the score, see how we're doing. As of right now, if I'm reading it correctly, it looks like Sammy is in the lead right now. No, actually,
Phantom.
I'm totally wrong.
Yeah.
Phantom is. Phantom.
And then
Currently with a
Omega's, like,
6-0
right behind.
game score.
Mm-hmm.
That
Wow,
Zato
6-0
looking
and
very
still working
scary.
on another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Zato
Zato's
might be
just
the one to
a scary
beat here.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
definitely
very
been
true.
playing for some time, so I have a suspicion.
Yes.
Looking at
Yeah, Phantom has
no
definitely been
worries.
around the block several times and then some when it comes to Guilty Gear Strive. So
Okay, you just won another game. I think that's it. Yeah, looks like Phantom won that. I don't know the score. We'll find out in a moment. But I just saw a game drop. So, no, that wasn't even okay. They're still playing another game, so it looks like it's not over yet. In the meantime, yeah, because we're gonna have to wait right now because those two, Alpha and Phantom, are playing, and I need one of them as well to play against.
For the other match.
Yeah, actually, I could probably get GNATT and Sammy to play. I could probably do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I actually looked it up because I was like, Phantom sounds really familiar. I feel like I just watched them like a couple days ago, and I did actually. Yeah, they were in the Casa bracket, and they got second there, which was also a round robin. It was a 5-man round robin, and they went 2-2, and got second place. So I mean, the Zato player coming out there is actually just nutty. Right, like there's so many tools that the character has. There's lots of game plans around the character that if you're not fully aware of, that you just kind of get clocked for. So it's not really surprising that they're doing well as well. And I mean, the player that they lost to, Timo, was just uncatchable, like just completely running away with the bracket.
Right?
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, just no hope of catching them, but. No, I mean, tonight's bracket so far has been pretty good. I mean, we're looking at it here. Let's see, we got Dead End Job currently on an 06 game score. Phantom 6-0. Sammy 4-3. Alpha is 3-1. And then Nat, who's on the screen right now, also sitting at 0-3. Definitely going to be looking to catch up a little bit in terms of game score. And I feel like this is a pretty good matchup to do it, right? Like Nago versus Testament. You got some schmoves here.
Yeah,
you got
this is
some
actually,
movement.
Yeah, I actually like this as a Noggle player. Testament was my first entry into Celestial, actually, just getting those wins on. Yeah, I mean, I think
Humble
this match
brag.
is pretty good, but Testament still definitely has tools to win this matchup. I think it's a very even one, because the thing about Nago is when he is at level 3, there's not really much he could actually do despite the bigger buttons to close in on Testament's fireball game.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
'cause
that's true, right?
They did buff the frames and stuff like that,
Well,
but they
that's
actually
a lot of
adjusted some of the hitboxes, right? Like 2S no longer has a super low hitting hitbox, but when it does hit, you explode.
I dropped the game-winning kill right there too. Actually, Nat still has to do some chasing. Danger on the way for Sammy.
Oh, and that's
No,
what I
not
mean
like
by the level
this.
3 Nago. You can kind of just play it safe, but
There we go.
Nat finally finding that last hit there.
Off a throw, no less. Sammy had to come to net to
Yeah.
lose
Oh,
that one
God.
there. And what a pickup.
God.
Oh, a big start here from Nat.
Just a casual 65% off of a single round start counter hit. And now you're
Oh!
Oh, that was a kill without the burst. Oh, and that's definitely gonna kill. Unless you...
It didn't even matter in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was devastating right there. To start your round out in such a way that you're down 60%, and then if you didn't have that burst, you were dead anyways. That was a two-touch game for all intents and purposes there. But fortunately, you got your ejector seat out and still got caught by another counter hit opportunity there from Nagoriyuki. And I'm kind of starting to see why you would say that. Like, it's definitely at least a likable matchup for Nagoriyuki, especially when you think about that reach and just even the damage output in general and being able to just be big, chilling up at level 3 state.
Yeah,
just
Testament
going
doesn't have
right
a
in.
lot of HP either, so they can die pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, Beyblade. Nice.
grab.
Got our
Out of
throw.
the teleport.
No way. Where do you think you're going? Close slash.
Nowhere. Nowhere is where you think you're going.
Yeah, Nat chasing all the way down. Nice interrupt there from Sammy there. So this is actually how you want to play the matchup from the Testament side. You really need to have solid defense and weather the storm until Nago built up a good amount of blood. And then once Nago is at this blood level, you kind of start to play the game a little more.
Oh. Yep, there's a close
Oh, but
slash.
you couldn't finish your
Caught
food
trying
there.
to
You
press the
had
button
meter.
too early. Okay, nice. 2P.
Oh, and thrown out of the teleport again. Nat is catching on to these quite literally.
I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? Like, you're just getting clocked by every counter hit. You're getting grabbed out of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And Nago's damage is just absurd. So, I mean,
Yeah.
as a Testament player, like, it's tough because it feels like all of your options are getting just hosed, right? Like, you're trying to play the slow, steady, maniacal, like, I'm going to stay away, throw some Grave Reapers, maybe some Stain State plays, and I'm trying to mix you with my teleport. And at every step of the way, Matt's just like, no. This is a one-player game. I paid $60 for it. I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating because you would think on paper, like,
that's Blood
Testament
Rage.
should be able to kind of lock down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. This is a big opportunity. Oh, yeah, immediate burst. But you would think, though, on paper, Testament should be able to lock down a lot of that pressure from Nagoriyuki, especially when Stain State is applied. But I guess the caveat being is that you got to have a chance to apply it. And Nat is just making sure, like you said, no opportunity to play.
Yeah. You just gotta really play solid neutral here. Have really good defense to weather the storm here. Yeah, there's the YRC. See, again, in this situation, there's not really a whole lot Nago can do. You can kind of just get away with Arbiter Signs and Fireballs. And yeah, right there, closing out that first round.
Okay, DP round start. Classic for Nagoriyuki there. Close slash. Going to call out that burst.
And a big start from Nat. Oh, but the drop. Sammy's turn to play here.
Ooh. Yep. Nice little overhead, but still. Okay, nice. Got our neutral jump out of the corner. Got the 2S
Very
back to the
patient
corner,
on
jab it
defense
out.
here.
Right.
Oh, but then eventually, eventually you gotta press a button. But when you do, you just hope you don't get counter hit like that.
Oh, wow.
No, not at all. You don't want to get
Round
Fukio'd in and someone grabs you by the scruff of your shirt.
Yeah.
It can be kind of tough for Testament to even check that, right? Because their fastest button
Right.
is 5 frames. It's
I just think-
the 2P, I think.
Yeah, and that was the round start, the 2P, but the Fukio kind of just avoided it.
That's what's so scary about Nagoriyuki is that I feel like that character in general just has, just wins at round start against a lot of the cast. Just round start, Nagoriyuki's turn. And that's the advantage of this character. Nice. Beyblade to shut it down. 3-0 for Nat, putting some points on the board in this round robin.
Yeah, definitely some desperately needed points if they want to try and catch up to Phantom. Currently sitting at 9-2, actually. So that matchup that we were waiting on, Phantom versus Alpha, went the distance, 3-2.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to have Alpha versus Dead and Yob next on stream.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
I don't
cool.
think we
Alpha
saw
and
Alpha yet.
I don't believe so, actually. I think this is Alpha's first time on the screen.
Yeah, actually,
Which is fine.
It's a Jackal player, actually.
Ooh,
Jacko. Okay, Jacko has been really interesting in this patch. I need to play against more of that character.
Y'all excited now, eh?
I remember when the patch dropped and everybody's like, this is not okay. The character's got infinite block strings, can't do anything about it, rada, 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 rada. And then for the last 2 weeks, this character has been non-existent. Like, I haven't seen this character in, like, almost a month.
Yeah,
That's the thing, it's like,
as
since
it
launch, this character I've not really seen.
Yeah, even with all the buffs, as it turns out, the character is still pretty hard to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one time I did run into a Jacko online, you're right, I didn't have a chance to play. I really had to think about it, and then I turned my brain off, much like Leo could probably do here, and close the gap and just become an ever-living nightmare for Jacko. And we're seeing the start of that. The heavy fireball tries to chase it down, and that's the troublesome situation there, right? You got to get Jacko locked down. This is a frame trap situation. You got to hold it until you leap the gap. My God!
Now, I will say, Leo does give Jacko some trouble because of that flash kick, especially before the patch. I'm not sure about now. I know there are ways now that she can bait out the flash kick better, but it can definitely still be scary for Jacko to pressure. And right there we see Alpha just hard baiting those.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how people interact against Jacko themselves, like how you're going to interact against the minions, and when do you take that opportunity to just dash in and take advantage of the openings that Jacko gives. Ooh.
And a lot of it depends on the number of minions you're actually fighting into, right? Like, if it's a single minion, the pressure's not crazy. Once that second minion gets, like, into the mix, though, suddenly it's a whole game change. Never mind the third, because if you're letting Jacko get that many minions out against you, you've given up so much space at this point. But that was a great first bait coming in from Dead End, and they get the character kill for it.
Yeah, it definitely changes depending on the number of minions that are out. And if, like you said, if there are 3 on top of you in the corner, you must have done something wrong.
I do think just Leo having a fireball to shut down at least one minion without putting themselves at risk in a way of like putting a button on top of them so it gets shielded out or anything, like that's going to be a great boon for this character. Just like that flash kick being such a great call out on these gaps that Jacko's prone to put out there, but you got to stop letting them rip like this. Pick your moments. Yeah,
Okay,
minions
it's your
out.
time to play. Very good use of the super there just to keep up the minion pressure at full screen.
It's tough to deal with. Once that flag comes out and everybody's in a good mood, it's party time.
Yep. You just kind of have to FD, hold it, weather the storm, hope you have enough meter to prevent chip damage, and that's really it.
I also think that Leo has a... Yeah, I think that Leo has like a great opportunity in closing the gap against Jacko because of his unique dash. You're still able to kind of just dash block there. We've seen a couple times where Leo was going for that barrage, and unfortunately Jacko would jump out. But that's a great opportunity for you to gain ground and force Alpha Omega into just negative situations. Like this back turn stance is great until they decide to go for the 2D.
Oh, and there's another bait on the flash kick. Tried to bait a
stop
there.
Way too many flash kicks.
Yeah, but we're not actually seeing a whole ton of pressure being applied until just that moment. It felt like a whole lot of burst baiting because like there were no minions ever pulled. There was nothing really pressured. It was just kind of like, hey, I got my counter hit off of your flash kick, and now what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, it is so much of that. You're absolutely right. It's just like the flash kick out. Oh, you're just going to give me free damage opportunities? I'll take every one. Gladly. jump in. Nice. Got the back turn stance.
Okay,
Stand up,
there's a
throw
throw.
the audacity.
Gets the second minion.
Okay.
Has the tension
seeing
for
less-
the overdrive.
We're seeing less flash kicks, but what I do want to see more is maybe 2P or 5P to swat
Exactly.
those minions away instead.
Mhm.
Because those are very less committal in these mid-screen scramble situations where she's kind of standing at a range. Flash kick ain't gonna hit, so why not try to jab those minions out?
Especially since
HP is also
Alpha
pretty
is
good.
giving you so much space, right? Like you have plenty of room to at least put out that button and recover in time to remove a minion, and then force Alpha to have to come back in to reset up that situation that they were in.
Yeah. And when you're throwing them from far away, 6P from Leo is actually really good. It has a pretty decent hitbox when it comes to trying to bat those minions out of the sky. That said, it is still a little bit more committal than what you guys are saying, whether it's like the 2P, 2K, whatever it wants to be.
And honestly, too, like if you're wiping away one minion with the 2K or like 2P, that's a great 2P right there, just what we were talking about. But like, as long as you wipe one away, if Jacko feels the need to throw another minion, that's the opportunity for Leo to just dash in like crazy to take advantage of the recovery of the minion toss.
Yep,
Boom.
exactly.
Like
or
the-
even if... Oh, there's actually
no,
a
not
chance,
again.
but the BRC... Nice throw tech. You're in the blender for a moment there, but you managed to get out.
You can absolutely take those jump Ds. That's totally fine. The damage is so minuscule on them that it's just like a
Oh,
kind
but
of a
there's
just
the
annoying
flag.
fly. But yeah,
Yeah, those JDs, they're annoying, but, they just do a little bit of damage.
I'd take those over a minion to the face any day.
Yeah, I was gonna say there
Yeah.
was 0% checking of the minions there. They were just allowed free roam, and you saw what happens once the minions get playing. They're kind of like gremlins if you think about it, right? Like you let one go, and all of a sudden you got 3 in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fed them after midnight, or you got water on them, and now they're everywhere,
And I-
wreaking havoc across the city.
I understand there's a dated reference to Zero because like that movie was like in the 90s.
Yeah, that movie is so old.
It's not that old. It's not even like it's barely 30 years old, maybe.
My grandparents loved that movie.
I watched that when I was a kid.
Yes, did we all?
Yes, this
It's
particular
84
group
films,
did.
so, I mean,
You're right.
You know,
Oh no! Is this?
you know-
the forward throw.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Dead
Round
end.
or set point here for Alpha Omega once again.
Okay, dead end showing a bit
shield
of
up
life, showing a little bit more aggression. Oh, you're not getting out of the corner for free there, getting put by the flash kick, but Alpha does get the corner control again.
yep. There we go.
There it is, the 2P.
It's interesting that Yob tries to keep jumping out of the corner with the minion throw because they've been hit by that a lot, and they're
Right.
so impatient to get out of the corner that they're just getting clipped by the minions instead of trying to punish the minions. Which I mean, right now there's 3 minions in your face. You're not. You gotta block for a little bit, my friend.
This
Yeah.
is not your turn.
Yeah, when she waves that flag, it is not your turn.
And there it is, a 3-0 victory for Alpha,
Mhm.
creating the Omega, the end of this set. And, you know, a great showing, too. Just like Jacko is another one of those characters, much like we said earlier with Zato, that you really have to understand how this character works to really succeed against the character. Because Jacko can get away with quite a bit if you're not ready for that matchup. And because there's so few Jacko players out there, despite her fantastic buffs that she got in this patch, you know, it's still hard to come by to figure out those solutions. But Leo's definitely one of those characters that could definitely disrespect a lot of that setup. Like we said, the
Yeah.
5P or even 2P interrupts would be great. Just take out minions a little bit at a time. Don't focus too much time on it, but also don't overextend yourself. And those openings come to you because Jacko has to reset, throw another minion. And with a character like Leo, that's free real estate to close that gap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of like the
exactly.
Zato
And-
matchup they were talking about, where until you have a player sit down with you and explain to you that this is all fake, it's all make believe, you might not get the opportunities you're looking for.
Right. But here we go. Zato back at it, but this time up against Testament. Good, nice
Neither
cover
player
jump in.
really getting an opening here, but Phantom does put Sammy into the corner.
And once you get clipped by that dust, everything just kind of breaks away in your mental state because you're like,
Ooh.
all right, I'm blocking good. I blocked high. I blocked low. I got hit by dust. Oh, no. And then
Time to
everything
pray
comes
I make it
crashing
back down to the ground.
Exactly. But we're going through the wall. Just a pixel left. You can easily chip this out.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Just clap
I
'em.
think Phantom
we
will.
tried.
Wow, YRC made it and dash under. Oh my goodness. Hey, you know what? Slower button, right? It's so slow. You were able to make it. Good job, Phantom. All right, 2S.
Phantom
Continue
getting
the
started
applause.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Drills taking Sammy into the corner.
Goes for the execution, rebuilds that Eddie meter there. Positive bonus piercer to start. And look,
Okay.
Sammy's just fighting for their lives out here, trying to find the escape. Goldburst gets blocked. Oh no, that'll do it here.
Yeah.
First game going to Phantom.
All the resources in the
continuing.
world to do what you want, and eventually you're just gonna get hit.
Yeah, that's the Zato thing, right? Like, you can do whatever you want, and eventually you're going to get hit, and it turns it into that two-touch game, right? Whether you're going to get hit by the dust into the frog, or you just get hit with Pierce in the mid-screen. Everything comes crashing together because it's a 2-on-1. It's realistically not that fair. Like, Arxis, Daisuke, can I get a buddy system? Can I get a team battle just for Zato?
Didn't know this was a tag fighter. Can we go back to Guilty Gear Asuka rules? Maybe Guilty Gear Dust Strikers, so I can at least jump to another platform.
Man, this is a testament round right here. Like, this is just crushing gameplay. Oh, 2P
Okay, good
on
throw.
Eddie.
Oh, okay.
This
Should
is
be
a
able to
different
wrap it
player.
up.
You killed here.
I think Sammy handed the controller off. Like, this is different.
Yeah. I just wanna get some proof here. Do we see the same person playing?
Maybe Sammy was sandbagging the first game. Said, no, I want to put on a show. Give myself a real challenge.
They actually just downloaded Phantom's control system, Praying Mantis style.
Oh no!
Ooh, jumps out of the
nice
command grab.
Grab. Okay.
You gotta
nice
block
block.
forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, out of
Nice
the
Nice
jump
corner
teleport.
here.
The applause. I love the dust to try to
Oh.
force like the wrong direction block, but Sammy was ready for it, but not the final confirm. Phantom taking around.
And those were some good blocks, but because of all the resources, you can only block for so long. You're gonna get hit by something. Sammy
Just
looking
go for
good.
the
Okay, get rid of the Eddie there.
Wow, yep, and holding out on the same state. And still, Zato has an opportunity to 2P. Wasn't ready for the overhead quite yet. Try to go for Drunkard Shade, not going to work out, though. Okay,
Oh,
Stain is applied, but the
Just go
teleport
again.
was so brilliant.
Yeah. And then even the YRC to bust up the Eddie pressure was another great one. It's just tough when you're still fighting an entire gauge worth of Eddie.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Eddie
There's
coming
Sammy
in
turning
with
that
the
around.
power.
Yeah.
Made it work, though. So ties it up,
Yep.
one apiece. I'm taking a look at the scoreboard, and I'm trying to figure out who has a chance of actually catching Phantom. And it is Alpha Omega.
Yeah.
Currently sitting on an 8-4 score line. Sammy can't catch. Even if they 3-0 the set, they would not be able to catch up to Phantom, who's currently on 9 wins compared to Sammy's 5. So, in order for Alpha Omega to have a chance at winning, they kind of need Sammy to win this set.
Well, Sammy doing pretty good in the adjustment in game 2, so we'll see how this goes. Nice block on the Arbiter. Getting pushed to the corner here. We're gonna see Drill and to the dust, and yeah, you got opened up there.
That dust has been problematic all set. Pretty much all day, actually. Everybody we've seen has gotten hit by dust.
It's a requirement for a Zato player to have dust. Dust is actually swapped out. Like if you look at the default button presses, dust is where K is usually at. So it's that important. It's right on the thumb, like the space bar for you hitbox players.
It's got to be the big
it's
button.
Leverless 0.
Oh,
Get it
excuse me. The
together.
leverless. Apologies.
Hitbox is a brand, and you're going to be receiving a DMCA in your inbox soon.
Yo, we really try to call it. Ah!
Cops, delete the archives. Mods, delete the archives immediately.
Arbiter
was,
sign, not going to work that time.
That was the box cops coming to assassinate me right now. I'm going to jail. See you all later. Thanks. Knockout.
Speaking of going to jail, that was a long time holding down back, only to then get command grabbed.
Eddie
Yeah.
jail is a scary jail to be in.
It's a real place, a real dark place. Sometimes there are sharks involved.
Eddie's
they throw you
jail's
in the
not
shark
real.
pool.
You can't hurt you.
Oh, really? Just like Try
Just
telling
look
my
around. Just
therapist
open your
that.
eyes. Turn the screen off. Walk away. Touch grass.
I can't
He
turn
hurt
off the
you.
screen. It's attached to my face. I live in VR.
Oh man, it's
Here's
some
your-
AR reality there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because my initials. That's right.
I don't get it. Could you explain the joke
Well,
to me, please?
My initials are Alex Russ. AR.
Oh.
So
Ah.
see.
Now I
That's Twitter
understand.
info.
Thank you for explaining the joke for me.
You're
If
welcome.
We could, Alex, if we could get back to the matter at hand, Sammy is getting annihilated into this P1 corner.
I'm trying to make a happy state for Sammy here, and
But,
there's no
you
joy to be had unless
re-
if you're Eddie over here living your best life.
There's no happiness
Yeah,
to be had.
The only one happy here is Eddie and Zato. They're just happily clapping away. It's really just an Eddie show, right? Because
Right.
Zato's the one clapping, and he's just watching Eddie do his thing.
Do we go back to when Zato was actually Eddie 1? Or what do we do?
Right now, we're going to get a preview of Shark Week, as that should be Phantom taking it 3-1. And I believe, if my math hasn't failed me, securing the victory in tonight's round robin.
Yes,
I believe that puts them at 9-3.
12-3.
12-3,
Yes,
yeah.
12-3.
I forgot to add the wins to the losses category.
Yeah, 12-3. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, I don't see a way for Alpha to be able to catch up at all. It's, not possible.
No, 12 is actually more than 11. So even if Alpha Omega wins all 3 games, that would only add 3 to 8, which makes 11, sadly.
Oh, hold on. I think the score was just updated. 1 second. Let me refresh. Start GG.
Start GG, updating.
No, never mind.
Shout outs
Hit
to
refresh.
Not Challenge. I hit refresh, and it only changed Phantom.
No,
We are still waiting on the Alpha Omega matchup. That would just, I believe, secure them second
Yes.
once that locks in.
Yeah.
But,
Cool.
I mean, in the meantime, though, while waiting on that, I guess we can probably just remind some people about the match renal that we got for today.
Yes, of course. Matcherino. Super easy to do. Barely an inconvenience. You just use that exclamation point, Matcherino, to pull up that link there and log in, claim some codes. There's 45 of them left. If you could tweet it out as well if you've already claimed the codes, that'd be greatly appreciated because that helps out, brings eyes to the page, and also gets free money into the pot for all the players involved that will be taking home money today, which obviously first place. Going to Phantom out here after... You said second at Casa. Second, right?
Second to Casa, yep.
Yep.
Second. Yep. Second confirmed.
So there you go.
They're improving.
Just like you're going to improve your wardrobe out here, checking out the Incendium Gaming. And look, it's an Incendium Gaming Gen apparel. And if you've ever bought from Gaming Gen before, then you understand the quality of this apparel here. It's outstanding. You can use code Digital Havoc 10 for $10 off if you buy a tee and a hoodie in any combination, and then also Digital Havoc 15 for $15 off if you buy a tee, hoodie, and a beanie in any combination. That's going to be at incendium.gaminggen.gg.
Also, too, a reminder to you all that we are going to be starting our first qualifier this Thursday for the Capcom Pro Tour World Warrior series with Street Fighter V. So, Digital Havoc has been invited to be a part of this tournament series, and yeah, we're going to be doing 5 qualifiers starting this week, Wednesday, up until November, and then December we'll be having a finals, which is still the date actually just got changed, in fact, so it's now going to be on December 10th for our finals date. We're just finalizing the time and all that and everything else in terms of if it's going to be offline or online, but yeah, we'll have more details for that to share with you very soon. But as you can see, this is all of our talent that we have that's going to be commentating throughout the next couple of months.
I know some of those people.
Me too. I feel like Thomas Winkley's face on this photo is trying to exude Zangief energy. I don't 100% know what character Thomas plays. Is it Zangief?
Right now it's Blanca because he lost the bet.
Oh, that's true. Oh
but
no.
Traditionally, it's Ibuki.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna
Well,
say, I remember Ibuki being one of those characters.
I have slandered the name of Thomas Winkley today on stream. Let's not forward this information whatsoever. But also Thomas is hosting like a fantastic event this week as well for
Well, yes.
Dragon
Last
Ball out
weekend.
there. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be
that was-
last
that was
weekend.
really
All right,
good.
it's over.
Yeah.
I'm still
weekend.
seeing
You
photos.
missed it.
I missed it.
Too late. You missed it. Moving on.
Too late.
We
That's
dropped the
also a
link there,
Zangief
so
quote.
you can sign up for that. Registration is still open right now. And then lastly, we also have Electric Clash, which is our Tekken major that we are doing on September 10th. That will be hosted offline at Waves Gaming. And yeah, we're pretty excited about this event here. And we'd love for people to come through. It is only